Touchdown in Bangui, Central African Republic, and the official kickoff of PHC's third annual Great Christmas Gift Caper. After a night's rest, the team quickly set to work on our two-part goal, assembling 1,400 Christmas gifts and snapping photos of each and every PHC orphan. Each team member wore their own elf hat, but every hat was definitely not the same because thankfully, God gifted each of us to do specific tasks necessary for this year's caper. I'm so excited to introduce you to our team. Christy Carmine was the queen elf of mail distribution and master of the Christmas package assembly line. Cindy Filson was the master smile elf, charged with helping our kids find their smile bones and who would also become quite adept at using the recess rag, a cloth used to wipe the recess off our little charges' faces. Gary Filson, the master Geek Squad elf, who proved himself to be competent in all things techie and information. Doug and Jackie Jensen, new missionary recruits who doubled during our time in Bangui as our translation elves and morale boosters, keeping us steady on task and on the edge of laughter most of the time. Functioning as chief elf of photography was me, Brenda Artrip. And lastly was team leader Elf Barb Wooler, who floated from station to station, filling in where needed. Though our first full day of work, December 1st, was a national holiday, quite a few PHC orphans sacrificed the parades and festivities to come by and help. But our little helpers had another motivation for coming, to meet and visit with their sponsors. It was an awesome morning of work and fun. Friday was still a holiday, but 150 PHC high schoolers came to get their photos taken. This was a bit of a chaotic time, but by the end of the morning we had photos of every student and 600 Christmas gifts assembled. The big gift this year were the PHC string backpacks. They were needed to replace the very worn ones the orphans were given last year. We stuffed the backpacks with fun treasures like crayons and coloring books, school supplies, silly bands, sardines, sugar and tea, and rice purchased fresh from the PHC Widow Farm. These gifts were distributed to our not naughty, but very nice kids. Children like Abigail, who struggles every day with a life-threatening illness. She received an advance on her Christmas gift thanks to the women at the Worthington Grace Church in Columbus, Ohio. They made her and many other little girls beautiful dresses. Or like Junior, who almost died this summer from a ruptured appendix and is still struggling to gain back his health and weight. Like Apsa, a little Muslim girl who after 3 years in our program has finally learned to smile. And some other kids too who need to learn what Apsa has learned, but those whose hurts for now are too deep to allow their guard down, even for a brief moment. For little kids, and big kids, and kids in between. Kids with big, beautiful, toothy smiles, and kids with smiles that'll be arriving just in time for next year's Christmas gift caper. For kids named Elvira and Nikki. For kids who keep changing their names, and others who maybe should consider changing theirs. For kids like Olobana, who glow in the knowledge that someone across the ocean thinks there's something really special and return home after school to people who view them as cheap labor. For kids who are so open and trusting that just the sight of them stirs deep within a distant memory of a simpler time, a time before adult cares and responsibilities. Kids just like these, 1,400 of them in all, will be having a happy Christmas again this year. It is only because of you, our generous PHC donors, that we are able to provide Christmas for all of our kids. This year, you delighted us and 170 of your friends and family by giving PHC gift and honor cards. That's over $2,500 to cover Christmas gifts for unsponsored orphans. The Gift and Honor program is definitely a win-win-win when it comes to Christmas giving and receiving. By the end of the week, when the team had snapped the last photo, packed the last gift bag and said goodbye to our children. We boarded the plane knowing we left behind the seeds of a lot of smiles just ready to be revealed at Christmas time. Many thanks to PHC sponsors and friends who gave once again with such generosity, love, and compassion that the effects are being felt all the way across the ocean by hundreds of kids, and reaching even to the heavens as an offering to the God of the fatherless and orphans. Thank you.